Yo, yo, it's your man, Solar Amor Ray. We out here again at the San Diego Bay. Hey, look, man, today, woo, I want to give you a understanding to why you, your partner, your family, your friends, they may not see why certain things are important. They may not see, like, let's put it like this, they may not see through the matrix. They may not see through the veil. You may not see through the matrix. You may not see through the veil. But there's a reason why. It's not random. It's not happenstance that certain people don't care about the truth, divinity, mastering yourself. They don't see how astrology is important or how it could correlate to your life. They don't see nature in a deeper level. They don't understand why mathematics and geometry is important. They don't understand or grasp the concept of frequencies, auras. They don't see life through energy, frequency and vibration. They don't understand it. Why? Why can't you see it? Why can't they see it? And to those who do see it, this is also going to apply to you, because there is steps to take and things to do once you see through the matrix. What does it look like to see through the matrix? And for those who have seen, well, first off, let's talk about Matrix before we talk about the movie The Matrix, right? A Matrix is a system of living. It is a system of thinking. The Matrix is a program, like a simulation. And to see through the Matrix means to see through the basic programming, to see through certain levels of perception and understanding, to see things deeper. For example, of seeing through the Matrix would be, instead of looking out here and just seeing buildings and boats, you might look at it and see the system that's behind it, the structure that's behind it. Instead of just looking at buildings, you might look at the architecture of it to see how the energy's flowing in that. Whereas not seeing through the matrix is just being like, oh, that's a building. That's for walking in and living in and doing stuff in. Oh, those are boats and cars. That's for driving around and getting around in. They don't see the value in the color, which pertains to frequency, which influences the mind in different ways. They don't see the structure and the shape and the design is important, even though it's routing the energy to move in a certain way. Whereas the architects and the builders, they see these things. They see through that basic layer of how you may look at a building. They might see it in a different way. Here's a simple example. You walk into a house, and I know you've heard this before. I've got this from KRS-One. Was you walk into a building, and if you're a architect, you might acknowledge the design of the place and how the energy may be flowing there. If you are a electrician, you might look at the outlets and you might see through the walls and see the wiring in the building and see if it's done right or not. If you are an artist or a painter, you might look at the quality of paint that they used. You might see what colors they chose and why that might influence the person who lives inside of it. You know, if you're none of those things, you're just a person, just a basic person with none of these skills or understandings of these things, you might walk in the house and be like, oh, this is a place to live. Oh, this is a comfy couch. There are different layers to seeing things. Why can't people look at life? This life is that room. Why can't certain people see deeper than the surface? Well, it's a very simple explanation, and I'm going to give you two things. When you think of this matrix, think of Neo in the Matrix, and how when he finally started to awaken to understanding the world that he was in, how it was designed, how what he always thought to be base reality was just a simulation, and the way that he was living at the computer desk, working the basic job, to evolving to a person who can see through the matrix. He can move the codes around. He can look at things, instead of seeing them as things, he's looking at them as streams of numbers and codes. And he's looking at them as programs. And he's no longer a subject, just another NPC in the program. He becomes somebody who starts to rewrite the program, who starts to change the program, who can manipulate his reality in different ways. What this is equivalent to for the average person is something known as the pineal gland, okay? The pineal gland. The thing about the pineal gland, right? And if you've never heard of it, I suggest you look it up. And I'll tell you about it a little bit. What the pineal gland does is every breath causes your pineal gland to vibrate. And what the pineal gland does, in short, is it allows you to perceive in different frequencies. It is what allows you to shift through frequencies via perception. How do you not see through the veil? Maybe the pineal gland is calcified. The thing about this pineal gland is that it is designed the same way that our eyes are designed. And imagine one of your eyes turning into a rock. Instead of being what it is and seeing how it is and being healthy and being able to look around, imagine it turning into a rock. You would be blind. You wouldn't be able to see. Well, this is what happens to the pineal gland. The pineal gland is located in the center of the brain, right here. And it's shrouded in darkness, but it has all the same faculties of these two eyes. When the pineal gland is calcified, you are unable to see in different frequencies. You are not able to feel certain things. You don't hear and sense things through the five senses the same way as a person who has a decalcified pineal gland. They're going to see the same things you see, experience the same simulations you experience, but the way in which they perceive it is going to be at a completely different level. So why do some people not see astrology as important? We're all receiving the electrical impulse from the sun, but not everybody views it the same way. Not everybody can see that as an energy that's influencing lifestyle beyond photosynthesis. There's not maybe Mercury or the moon. We just look at them as lights in the sky. They're definitely more than that. And for you to be able to see that takes a special set of eyes, or a special eye, to be activated. To activate the pineal gland, to decalcify the pineal gland, there are foods you can eat. There are herbs you can take. Simple breathing. When you breathe in and out, the pineal gland has what's known as piezoelectric properties. That means that it reacts to pressure. So when you breathe, it expands and contracts, and it vibrates higher. This is why breath work, yoga, all these things do that. Have you ever been working out and you're breathing harder and harder, deeper and deeper, and you start getting like this fuzzy, tingly feeling? A lot of people will call it a runner's high, things like that. That is your pineal gland being stimulated. Lights, certain artificial lights, LED lights, they calcify the pineal gland. Natural lights, sunlights, fire, these things don't calcify the pineal gland, but they still illuminate the world around you. The reasons that we want to decalcify the pineal gland is so that when we deal with our loved ones, when we deal with ourselves, when we deal with the world around us, we're not treating it like a base object. We can see the soul. We can see the energy and the essence behind it. Instead of, it's going to be different when you get in an issue or argument with somebody that you love, and your pineal gland is calcified. You might be what's called hard-headed. You might not see deeper into what's going on other than the situation at hand. Whereas someone with a decalcified pineal gland is going to go through the same thing, and they're not going to see just the base issue. They might see the root of the issue. They might see the energetic disturbances that they have, that they're feeling from things. There's feelings that you have that you can't justify with anything physical. You can be in a room with somebody and feel a crazy vibe and not be able to identify it because there's no objective way to explain it or identify it, but and your intuition, your sixth sense is telling you that, hey, I should leave. Hey, there's danger here. Or you know what? Hey, something is just telling me to go here. Something just told me to walk here. When I walked here, I looked at the clock. It was 4:44. It's a beautiful day. Compared to what I was doing, I don't resist the universe much. I follow my intuition, and my intuition always guides me right. And one thing that is another issue, two more things. We're actually going to make it three things. So number one is the pineal gland, right? And understanding that. And there's plenty of research that you can do on this. It is not hidden information. Learning about the pineal gland is not hidden information, okay? And instead of trying to become something and build and stack on what you already got, it's best to let things go and to release things and to neutralize yourself, like emptying the cup. You got to empty your cup in order to fill it up. You're not going to get anywhere by trying to add information into a cup that's already filled with poison. You're going to have to empty that cup, clean it out, wash it out, neutralize it before you start to insert information again, so that you can properly make use of it and see it for what it is without it being muddled. Now let's look at the second thing. We're going to do three instead of two. The second thing is the subconscious mind. How many of you find yourselves in the same relationships, just a different person, in the same situations, in the same place? You get up every day and you do the same things, and you want to do different things, but you just can't. It's just like you just have to do certain things, and they're not necessarily good for you. And a lot of people may call them habits, but the reality of it is it's subconscious programming. The subconscious mind rules 90% of our reality. And our subconscious mind is primarily programmed from the ages of 1 to 7 years old. So you have been repeating the same thought processes, the same perceptions, the same ideologies since you were 7. And deeper than that, not only are you thinking in the same way, you're programmed in the same way, but as life changes, the physical reality changes, and you go through different things, you end up creating the same scenarios. You end up creating the same routines, the same patterns, the same habits, bad habits, good habits, whichever one. You just keep doing this because the way in which you think dictates what you do. That's basic, but a lot of us miss this. How you feel about something, how you think about something is going to control your actions, the very next steps that you take. So if you're walking around in this world with a calcified pineal gland and you're not seeing things in a certain way, you're living from a program that you received from a toxic environment from the ages of 1 to 7, and you're 30 now, and you're walking around with the same program with a calcified pineal gland, your actions are going to simulate that of a robot, a programmed robot, a programmed AI, an NPC. You may not be authentic at all. You may think you're being authentic, but you're probably living out a program that you received a very long time ago. And you don't just start programming, and this is where a lot of people go wrong too. You don't just start programming on top of the program you already have. You have to deprogram yourself. How do you deprogram your subconscious mind? The best way to do it is nature. This is true. The best way to do it is through organic, clean foods. Is to start making conscious shifts. Conscious decisions means that you need to put intention behind your life. Instead of just doing things, instead of just being and doing things, you have to decide who you want to become. You have to decide what it is you want to do. And if you don't make the decision, and if you don't start living your life with intention, what happens is you find yourself repeating the same patterns over and over again. If you don't identify your subconscious programs, what ends up happening? You end up attracting the same relationships over and over again. You end up moving to a new house in a new place, and you're doing the same things even though you're in a new location, in a new place, because it's your programming. Okay, this is the second thing. You have to learn how to deprogram yourself. And you got to be careful, because a lot of the programming, this is how the subconscious mind works. The subconscious mind cannot reject or turn down information. That is your conscious mind. When you don't want to say, well, I don't like that, I don't want to deal with this, no, I don't want to listen to that, that can be your conscious mind, whereas your subconscious mind cannot turn down information. When you're driving down the street and you see signs and billboards, those things are going into the subconscious mind. You may not consciously acknowledge them, but all of a sudden you're craving what they were advertising and programming to you, because these are psychologists that run ads. You might be scrolling and looking at the videos that the algorithms are presenting you, looking at the ads in between them, and find yourself with their products. Find yourself subscribing to things that stimulate dopamine. Find yourself watching things that society said is okay, that society tells you to do. The music is horrible. The music is going to program you, because as you listen to it and you like the beat and you like the vibe, what's being said it cannot be turned down or rejected. I'm gonna run and kill and shoot. I'm gonna do this and sell this and do that. Oh, I'm gonna shake this, I'm gonna shake that. That's all going into your subconscious mind, and you're gonna find yourself doing these things at some point, gravitating to these things at some point, playing these songs back in your head when you're just on a random walk doing something completely different. These things just pop into your head, and these thoughts control your next actions. So if you don't reclaim your subconscious mind, your actions aren't even yours. They're the programs, and you are now living out a program. Okay? If you can't see how that's an issue, I can't help you. That's definitely an issue. And what you want to do is reprogram. So deprogram, acknowledge where you are receiving messages that are not taking you to where you truly want to be consciously. You want to level up, you want to grow in life, but you still have subconscious programs that are self-destructive, telling you to do the wrong things because it sounds good, because it feels good, because it tastes good. Even food is programming you biologically. Genetic modifications in food, inorganic food. These things are going into your body and rewriting the code and rewriting how you feel and how you think and what you do. Parasites are another big thing to talk about on that topic. As your stomach has neurons, your brain, your heart, and your stomach has neurons, and your brain is like your stomach is like a brain, and the parasites in there can control what you do if you are not getting rid of the parasites. The heart can control how you love and how you perceive things if you have not healed the traumas in the heart. The brain is wired certain ways, and if you do not change your own brain wiring, your own neuroplasticity, you are going to be unable to learn, unable to see things. If you do not decalcify the pineal gland, you will be unable to grow and evolve. So that is the second thing, the subconscious mind. To heal the subconscious mind, to be in alignment with your conscious mind, is a doorway to the Christ, is a doorway to enlightenment. To consciously program your subconscious mind, you are going to become a superhero. You are going to become a god. You are going to become a divine being, living sacredly. And the third thing, information. Overflowing, overstimulated with information. And this goes with the second one and the first. You are not going to get anywhere by studying. Where you're going to go and where you're going to evolve is not throwing more information in, not pouring in more information, not learning this, not learning that, not learning this, but doing actual work. There's real work that needs to be done. You actually have to do meditation. You actually have to change your life. You actually have to create new habits and stay consistent with them to rewire your mind, to reprogram yourself. It's not just about information anymore. Now it's about action. In the information age, a lot of people are not taking action. So when you consciously know where you want to be, where you want to go, what you want to do, you may not be able to get there because of the programming. And when you do hold on to where you want to be and where you want to go, you start flooding in all this information, but then you find yourself all fuzzy because you have not let go of prior ways of thinking, prior habits. You only have 24 hours in a day. If you have certain habits that take up the entire day and you want to start adding in new habits, new things that you want to do from new information that you received, you're going to have to let go of old habits to make space for the new ones. You're going to have to let go of what you may have previously desired in exchange for what is best for you. Okay? And to put the cherry on top of this, once you understand the pineal gland, right? The third eye, as they like to call it, or the first eye, then you have the matrix. Seeing through the matrix, you have the subconscious programming that you probably received from the matrix. So this is you thinking you need to do certain things, thinking you need to be a certain way, how you look at yourself, what is that your concept of beauty, are you good enough, are you not good enough? This is all subconscious programming. Start to look at yourself as a divine being. Start to look at yourself in an evolved way. And this is pretty sequential. You might want to decalcify your pineal gland before you start trying to analyze yourself, so that you can see yourself for who you truly are in multiple dimensions, in multiple ways. And this is a beautiful thing. The last part is to take the action. The last part is to let go. Don't just do new things. Don't just gain new information, but start to let go of old thought processes. Start to let go of old habits. Start to let go of addictions. A lot of people have certain addictions to certain things, but it's not even just the addiction, it's just the stimulation, because you can release one addiction and just pick up another one because you're looking for the stimulation, you're looking for this dopamine burst. Once you understand how hormones work in the body, how peptides flow, the pineal gland is ruling the hypothalamus, and the hypothalamus takes your perception of your environment and what you're going through, and it sends peptides that your cells end up picking up on, and it determines how they behave. So biologically and psychologically, this is important. How you think will control who you are, and what you do. And this is just facts. This is all facts. So I think it's very important for people to know who they are and see themselves for who they are. That's why I have a school called the Astral School of Everything. You go ahead and sign up for the Patreon. I'm teaching you how to do astrology for yourself. And there's a lot more exclusive classes and courses that are available and will continue to be available and refresh of higher level things. But if you're not able to or care to see why these things are important, you got a bigger issue. If you're okay with the current programming and living out that programming, no, then there is nothing I can really do for you. There is nothing that I have to offer that is valuable to you, because it takes activation, it takes awareness, it takes conscious intention to make a shift in who you are, to stepping into your authentic self, your best self, your highest self, to go into what I talk about and to deal with what I deal with. So I have a school called the Astral School of Everything. The links are all in my bio. My music that I create is meant to reprogram the subconscious mind in a healthy way, to get you to think about healthy thoughts, to help you in your journey of taking action to healing yourself. My music is on my page. My music is on all platforms. Solar Amore, SOULARAMORREY. Go listen to the music. It will help you. It will heal you. There's not enough of the music that I make out there, but there's a lot. So take your time and look through and make a new playlist. Reset your playlist. Let go of your old one and put in a new one. You can still listen to music, just make sure that it's healthy for you. Listen to music with intention. Live your life with intention. If you don't, then you will be in chaos, living out a program that was given to you. You're not even you. You're hijacked. So take your life back. Take your life back. Learn astrology. Book a reading with me. Book a consultation with me. Let's go into your astrology. Let's look at your purpose. Let's look at the energies that you have. Let's look at how you think. Let's look at how you love. Let's look at all of these different things and start to figure out who you are authentically, and let go of everything that you're not and everything that you thought you may have had to be, so that you can lock into who you truly are, which is your highest self, your most authentic self, the real you, and everything that comes with you being the real you, not knowing about the real you, not thinking about the real you, not wanting the real you, but being the real you is going to give you everything that the Most High has designed for the real you. Everything else is going to be lessons and traumas and issues up until the point that you start being yourself and giving yourself what is for the authentic you, the real you. It's not no job that you need to find. It's not no relationship that you need to find. You need to find yourself. If you don't have yourself, if you don't find yourself, then who are they really dealing with when they deal with you? If it's not you, if it's some program. Are you actually the bot that you're warning everybody about? Just think about these things, guys. And there's plenty of actions to take. The link's in my bio. You can go ahead and like and share and subscribe. Comment on here. Whatever it is you may be thinking, or what this spurs in you, or what's hard for you, or the changes or the growths and the shifts that you have made in that positive direction. Your experience that you had with people who may be calcified or filled with parasites that's running them, and they're not running their own lives. So comment, like, share, subscribe to the channel, because we're always putting information like this out there. And this information is applicable information that you could take. And I focus on the root issue, the core issue, the foundation of human evolution, the foundation of reclaiming the soul and finding sovereignty in all dimensions. But soul redemption means to take action. And that means that there are things that you have to do. You have to actually do, not just know, but do to become your most high version of yourself. And the most high version of yourself is one that's connected to source. And one of you, the version of you that's connected directly to source, is authentic. Authentic is the one frequency above love. It's not even just the one, it's the highest frequency that we can achieve is authenticity, pure realness, pure truth. And then when you have that, express that and live that and get the life that comes with that. That is divine alignment. That is being divine, godlike. To be divine is to be sacred, intentional, which requires authenticity, which requires knowledge of yourself. So I can teach you how to do astrology for yourself. That's what the Patreon's for. And the other tiers are to get into the astral school of everything, to learn everything that we talk about. Science, math, you name it. True history, real human history, biology, lifestyle practices, meditations, music, books, libraries. I have everything that you could possibly need. But the one thing that I cannot give you is the will and the drive to become your most authentic self, your most high. Okay? So hold it down, but keep it up. It's your man Solar Moray. Go get the music. Let me know in the comments how you feel. Share this with somebody you think that needs to hear it. Replay this if you feel like you need to replay this. Save this in your playlist to hear it again later on if you feel like you've lost your way. It's okay. This is a real life journey, and the application is where it does get hard. I've been doing this for years. I've been doing this for a long time, over a decade. And I've reprogrammed my subconscious mind multiple times. I've neutralized my subconscious mind multiple times. Restarted, tried again. I know exactly what I'm talking about because I do it and I live it. This is a beautiful journey. Learn your astrology. If you don't have the time for a book of reading, all the information's there. It's just what is important to you. And why can't you see certain things as important? You might have to start with decalcifying the pineal gland and ridding your being of parasites. There's so much information available about that, but you have to care to be able to go and find it, just like you had to care to find this video. All right? I love y'all. Peace to the kings and queens, the goddesses and gods, the emperors and empresses. Like I said, hold it down, but keep it up. Hey, the only way unconditional love can come is when you give it to yourself, and when you start seeing things for what they are and you start living authentically. Then after that, your love is unconditional because it's no longer conditioned. Break the conditioning, break the cycles, break the matrix. Love y'all. Peace.